Okay, just got back from a law-abiding citizen, the Gerard Butler, uh, Jamie Foxx suspense thriller. I guess you might call this a bit of a horror flick too. There's a decent amount of suspense and some fairly gruesome imagery. The crux actually is fairly simple, you know. If you're going to beat up and rape a dude's wife and then like kill his daughter in front of him, you probably want to make sure that the person, you know, that you're actually doing these to, that the husband, doesn't have like the means and the know-how to kill you and butcher you in very disturbing ways. You know, I mean, that's the moral of this story. This reminds me very much of kind of like Man on Fire, where you have somebody who has been wronged, and then they exact a very deliberate level of revenge. I mean, you know, he gets to somebody on death row and switches out some of the chemicals to give the person a horrific death. The other person, he does something you'd probably see in like a Saw movie or like Hostel. You know, he's not the nicest of people when it comes to killing people. And there's a very tactical way of how he's doing everything, and it is good. It is chilling. I don't want to give a lot away, so I say very good movie, very Man on Fire-ish. You know, the chemistry between Gerard and Jamie is very good, and that's like a third of the movie right there. Is them, you know, essentially doing like the back and forth mind games. You know, I enjoyed it. Very good. I recommend seeing it. Now I'm gonna go into some slight spoilers now. So, good movie. I would say go see it. Time for some minor spoilers. Okay. The first guy, the guy who actually does the beating, raping, and killing, dimes out the other guy. So the guy who essentially just standing there like, dude, no, this is wrong. We quit doing this. Goes to death row. His chemicals get kind of switched. So when he's at lethal injection, which is normally a fairly painless process, he screams and screeches and has a very violent death. The other guy, the guy who did, you know, the beating and the raping and the killing, he gives him a neurotoxin. And then he, like, shackles him to a table and cuts him into, like, 27 pieces. Cuts his fingers off with, like, bolt cutters, his toes off with tin snips, his balls off with a hacksaw, his penis off with a razor blade knife. And then he, like, cuts off the other limbs with, you know, like a buzzsaw. This primarily happens off camera. Primarily. He would have primarily takes place off camera. Another guy, he more or less binds him, gives him an oxygen mask and an IV drip, so the guy will stay alive. Of course, they get there too late, he's dead. In his cellmate, he kills with like a porterhouse bone. And this is violence, like his throat stab, his blood spraying everywhere. It's pretty intense. There's a judge who goes to answer her phone, puts a phone to her head, blows the side of her head open. When he goes, you let me have my 6 or I'm going to kill everybody. 6 low for 6, goes look on the cars like he's not going to do anything. Cars start blowing up left and right. Takes out, you know, one of Jamie Foxx's assistants. You know, they're going like a motorcade to a funeral. Fires anti-tank rounds and a rocket. And you nukes the DA's car. He's about ready to use like a super napalm bomb to take out essentially the mayor and all the heads of security in the city. Jamie, of course, you know, realizes that this is him, finds out how he's doing all this, and then sets the bomb with Gerard Butler. So when it goes off, the very end, he kills him. You know, it actually kills Gerard Butler and doesn't take out anybody else. It's actually a very good movie. Very, very solid. hopefully my next review beyond the 31 Days of Horror that I've been doing, I'm going to try to see Paranormal Activity tomorrow. So, Law Abiding Citizen, good movie, give it a watch.